Last year, you probably recall that Alexander Solzhenitsyn died, and I was listening to a radio program where a friend of his recalled how after he was freed, Solzhenitsyn liked to come to Scotland to visit him and just loved the Scottish rain, and so we know all about rain here tonight, and this is Solzhenitsyn in Scotland. Walking in the rain reminded him he was free. Walking now was freedom. Rain now was freedom. Then walking meant walking to labour. Getting wet was life-threatening. No coat to shield malnourished skin. Only a righteous anger stoking a will to survive. Walking in the rain of Scotland. Not everyone's idea of a holiday. Some prefer sun-kissed beaches. A walk amongst the dripping heather removes one more brick from an enclosure round the heart. And this is a little poem for my beloved. It's called The Forest, and I wrote it in Florence. That's the place, not the nurse. So, up in the night, the blue night, when the stars are breathing on earth, I wake startled as though trampled by a fawn in a hurried escape from the forest. You sleep on, making the impression only of your own face on the pillow. You are the antidote to night terrors, constructing a moth-thin film of moments in which I live and you live, and we hold on, unsure of the path through this forest. Okay, well, I didn't say this, but we're going to have each poet is going to be on in both halves, each storyteller as well. So this is my last poem for this half. It's called Waiting for Henry. There's a Henry in everyone's life. Henry is that friend who you make an arrangement with and they don't turn up, but you still love them. And I know there are some of you here tonight, except you're not here because you said you would come, but in the end you couldn't make it for numerous reasons. So this is Waiting for Henry. See if this sounds familiar. The rumours begin. Henry's back in town. Days pass. Henry rings, says he might be at such and such a place, at such and such a time, on such and such a day. We go there anyway, stand around with drinks. Someone spots Henry, but it's not Henry, just someone who looks like Henry. Henry rings to apologise. He got caught up. There was a girl. A train was late. We forgive Henry. He is only as weak as the strongest among us. Henry threatens to come to a party. From an upstairs window, we watch Henry's taxi arrive. He gets out, pays, remembers something, gets back in. We try to calculate how many years since we spoke to the physical Henry, pressed his physical flesh, stood him a drink. Once we saw him in the queue for Bob Dylan. There was a girl, there was a limousine. Henry melted away. We hear Henry's in Australia or India or Amsterdam. A card arrives without a stamp. It shows a white building, a red guard. Henry says he is getting his shit together. There was a girl, a plane was late, you know how it is. But we don't. We don't know how it is. This is why we love Henry, wherever he is.